This is Charlie Kao with Travel Mall TV at the Focusrite Conference in Florida, where anybody who's anybody in the travel technology related industry would gather once a year. I'm here with Brandon Wynn, who's the Chief Commercial Officer of a company called Viant. It's based out of Bulgaria, Sofia. And I wanted to give a little background, which is that people in online booking of air, for various technical and business reasons, look for service providers that can make it more effective for them to search for fares, routings, availability, and such, rather than relying on what the GDSs have. So that's the area where Brandon's company is involved with. Brandon, if you could tell us a bit about your company and your product.
Great. So Viant is actually a next generation airfare shopping solution where we focus on bringing unique itineraries to the marketplace that may not normally be available through some traditional channels. And we do this all with an efficiency that's outside of a GDS scenario. So in other words, all of our processing happens outside of a GDS, which drives efficiency within OTAs, meta search engines, etc., because we keep look-to-book ratios way down based on our processing off reservation system.
I should add to this, for those who are not in this line of business, that the GDSs charge what's called a hit fee. You know, if you access them for fares for anything, it basically costs money.
Correct.
So if somebody comes to some website, and as most people go to websites, they're shopping, right? And they're not buying. That's a lot of hits.
That's correct.
And it costs a lot of money. So everybody looks for ways to minimize those hits, which creates a market for your company.
Absolutely. In fact, Focusrite actually just launched, as part of their research, had mentioned that 4.5 websites are searched by an average consumer for the exact same flight. And what that does is it drives, exactly as you pointed out, it drives a lot of hits to an airline's host system. So as Viant becomes more and more popular within the marketplace, and we become engines behind some of these, we would alleviate that burden on an airline's system.
And the main competitor, if you will, to Brandon's company is a company called ITA Software, which Google purchased. So it's a Google company.
Yes.
And they've been around for a while. And it's obviously difficult. Huh? What a thing to enter a market against a giant. So what's your differentiator in the fact you have a relatively new product? How are you going to convince the market?
So I think we've got two different scenarios that actually point to Viant as being a more viable solution. The first, as you pointed out, is that ITA was recently purchased by Google. And many of their customers and our customers that we're competing against are actually competitors of Google. They are search and they are meta search.
Right. So ITA's customers would be like Kayak, Orbitz.
That's correct. So those particular companies are probably asking themselves, do they want to be purchasing data from a competitor, which positions us quite well in the marketplace. On a separate note, from a functional perspective, Viant has actually is very focused on the European markets, and in fact we developed our platform for the complexity of a European market, and our availability solution actually is a non-predictive one. So contrary to our competitors who use their volumes to drive predictive results from availability, we actually go directly to the source as opposed to making predictions in terms of availability. So what this means is, if you are on a website and searching for a particular fare, the frustrating scenario where you decide you would like this and you click it and all of a sudden it comes back and says, I'm sorry, that fare is no longer available, please choose another one, happens a lot less in a scenario where you're using our availability solution.
Yeah, it's not a perfect situation. It'll probably never be. Brennan Wynn with Viant, thank you very much.
Thank you.